Hey everybody, welcome back to your EdTech PD. Today is your Google Jamboard Module 1. So I'm going to show you all about Jamboard. All right, let's see what you'll be learning. You will learn how to create a new board or a new Jamboard, all about the image tool, how to use sticky notes. I'm going to show you all the different pens and colors that it has. I'm going to show you how to create second, third, or even fourth frames, or as many frames as you want, basically. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm just in a plain old google.com tab, and I'm going to come up here to my waffle. Now make sure you are signed in to your Osborne email so that you can find the Jamboard and so that you're not getting confused with Jamboard on your personal account and Jamboard on your school account. And I'm going to scroll down until I find Jamboard, which is right here. Another way you can get to Jamboard is simply by clicking jamboard.google.com. All right, so it says I don't have any jams yet. So I'm going to come down here to this plus sign that says New Jam, and I'm going to click on that. All right, so here we have an untitled jam. Now, if you haven't figured it out by now, what is Jamboard? It's an online whiteboard tool. And there are so many things that you can do with Jamboards, and I really wanted to show you this tool because I know that we've been looking for a really nice, virtual, clean, easy to use online whiteboard tool, and I think I found it. So first things first, we definitely want to name it. And so we can use all the naming things that we've been doing so far. So you can use an emoji, you can use all caps, you can do what you like. So I'm just going to go ahead and say New Jam and say okay. All right, so now I have it named. And as you can see, the same share setting is up on here. Right now it's private only to me, but I could share this with kids if I wanted to. I could even take this and I could put it in Google Classroom if I wanted to. There's a lot of things that we can do with this right here. All right, first things I want to show you is this right here, which is the Add Image tool. This is very flexible. So what you can do is you can upload an image that you have from your computer. You can do a Google image search. You can find an image that you already have in your drive, or you can use a recent image that you might have. So right now, what I'm going to do is a Google image search, and I'm going to search for something for math. So I really want kids to be working with an array in this jam. So I'm going to say a 3 by 5 array and click search. And so right away, a bunch of different arrays that I can use comes up, and I really like this one right here. So I'm going to click on that one and say select. Now you can move these, you can make it bigger. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, and then I'm going to move it to the upper right hand or upper left hand corner right here. Okay, so you can also download Google Slides as images, and you can put a Google slide into this and it will save it, and then students can draw on your slide or you can draw on your slide. So just keep that in mind. All right, next thing I want to show you are the sticky notes, which are right here. And so they have these colors, and you can also do a no color sticky note. So this might be good if you are asking questions. So I might say, what does our array show us? Now notice as I'm typing that this blue bar is going across the screen. This tells you how many characters you have left in the sticky note. So you don't have unlimited characters, but I think it's a pretty good amount. So I'm going to click save. And then it's going to ask me, do I want another one? I don't. I'm fine with the one I did. And it's just going to pop it anywhere. So you can move this. So I'm going to move it over here, and you can make it bigger. I do want it a bit bigger. Okay? Next, I'm going to show you all the different pen tools. So you have a regular pen, you have a marker, you have a highlighter, and you have a paintbrush, and they all come in these 6 colors. So let's say I wanted students to label where the rows are. Okay, so I'm going to use a blue pen, and I am going to label the rows. Let's say I wanted students to use the marker in yellow to label the columns. Okay. Let's say I wanted students to highlight in black all of the groups of 3. So you can see that the texture of the pen has changed. It's more wide and it's a little more transparent. Okay. All right, and let's say the last thing I want them to do is to use the paintbrush and green to circle one group of 5. So you can see that's a much lighter texture. Let's say I want them to write in, using the pen in black, what this array shows us. So this array is showing us 3 groups of 5. Okay? If I need to erase anything or it looks weird, I have an eraser right here. And I can erase this just like that. Okay? And you also have a laser tool. So if you are presenting this in a Meet or if you're recording this in Loom like I am, I might take my laser and use it as a pointer. And it disappears as I'm doing it. So I might say, what does our array show us? And I can circle it and then it would erase, right? So say you wanted to clear the frame altogether and start over, you can click clear frame and it will completely wipe this out so that you no longer have to see what is on here. If you want to zoom in, you can, so you can make it bigger or smaller. Right now there's nothing on here, so it's not showing it zooming in very well, but it would. And if you want to add more frames, you simply click this. So say I wanted to have students work in this same one, and I might label it and say this is name number 1. And then I might go to the second frame and say sticky note, make this one green. And then say name 2. And so on. So I could label each of these and maybe have a group of 3 kiddos work on something in their own frame. So all 3 of them would be in here, but Jose would be on this one, April would be on this one, Julia would be on this one, right? And they can all work in this together, but they would each have their own like page, basically. Okay? So if you want to share this, you can come up here to share. And it would say restricted, only people added can open with this link. So you're going to change this to anyone in the Osborne School District, and then you can decide, can they just look at it or can they edit it, right? If I just want people to look at it, maybe I want to copy this into like a Google Classroom and just have my students look at it and maybe make a comment. I could say copy link, put this in my classroom, and now they can view the work that I've done in Jamboard. If I want students to be able to edit it, I would say change it to editor and then copy that link, and then students would be able to edit that. So that's how you can grab the link for that. All right, so this is Jamboard, and there's a few other options up here. So you can rename it, you can download it as a PDF, you can save it as an image, or you can make a copy of it. So there are quite a few things that you can do in here. If you're interested on how to turn your slides into a jam, I can make that as an extra credit activity on our PD Google site. Just let me know if that's something that you're interested in. All right, so all that is left is for you to do your performance task. Thank you so much for watching about Google Jamboard, and I will see you at the next PD